Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Psychologist Kusum. And me being the school counselor, I'm going to prepare you for things in this video. So, counseling in Indian school, what are the challenges? I'm going to talk about some of them that no one prepares you for. The stigma related to it, the workload, the expectations that are there. So, you want to become a school counselor, right? And you love psychology and you want to help students and you think that this is going to be fulfilling career. But what if I told you that the reality is much different? What if I told you that are so much interested in doing school counseling, instead of counseling students, you'll be doing administrative work, taking substitution classes, explaining to teachers and parents that you're not a teacher, that you can't teach them, you're different, right? What if I told you that some schools hire you just to give students career guidance and others will expect you to fix problematic kids overnight? The students will hesitate to come to you because of the stigma attached to counseling. Yes, right. So this is the reality of being a school counselor, and in India things are not easy. And in this video, I'm going to share the challenges no one prepares you for before stepping into the field. And if you're planning to become a school counselor or if you're already working as one, then this video is for you. And if you're already working as one, do let me know in the comment section as well so that I can connect with you and maybe we can do something together. The biggest challenge, nobody knows what a school counselor does, because no matter how many times you explain it, they still don't. So let's start with the biggest problem. Most schools don't even understand what a school counselor does. And the common misconception about school counselor, in India is that you are a career counselor, right? You'll be able to do career guidance to the kids, what stream to take. No, school counseling is much more than career guidance. But most schools only hire school counselor for career talks because they don't understand that. You're here to fix troubled kids. That's another myth. Some schools see school counselors as problem solvers for bad behavior instead of emotional support providers. And whatever fight happens, go to the school counselor. That's not how it works. You're a teacher, right? Many schools will force you to take substitution classes or even assign you subjects to teach them. Even so, some schools have got to a level that they will give you, because you are a school counselor, because you're a counselor, you have a degree in psychology and you understand things, then they will ask you to teach CWS and kids because they think that special education and counseling are almost the same thing. So some schools do that as well. So what does that mean for you? Will you spend a lot of time explaining your role to teachers, parents, or even the school itself? Some schools will undervalue your role and not even take mental health seriously. Yes, that happens very well. And you might struggle to actually do counseling. आपको बहुत बहुत मुश्किल होने वाली है because you will be given other responsibilities. सिर्फ और सिर्फ counseling के लिए they think you're just free. So how to deal with this? Make sure, and this is a very serious thing, make sure your role is very clearly communicated during the hiring process itself. Keep educating the school staff on what counseling actually is. Or you have to learn to say no to tasks that aren't part of your job. It's difficult for me today as well, but you have to learn. Students avoid you because of the stigma. That's another challenge, big challenge. So in India, going to a counselor is still seen as something very negative. The moment a student walks in to your office, others start assuming इसको कोई problem है, इसको कुछ हो गया है, और जैसे वो कमरे से बाहर निकलेगा, भाई क्या हुआ? Why do students hesitate to visit a counselor? It's because the way it is presented to them is not correct. So fear of being judged by their peers. Parents don't allow them to seek help. Teachers don't take counseling seriously. So students don't either. Teachers think that हाँ ठीक है आपको कोई problem नहीं है बस time waste करने जा रहे हो counselor के पास. So they think, how will the student perceive it? And there's no confidentiality. Some schools report everything to parents. What does that mean for you? So you will have to work extra hard to build the trust. You may not get students openly coming for counseling in your time, like in your room. Some students will come to you secretly but won't tell their parents. And because they are minors, discussing everything or discussing things with the parent sometimes becomes a major part of your job. I will make a different video altogether because that requires a different understanding how to deal with different kinds of cases. There are cases with self-harm, there are cases of either a child has exam anxiety, if there is a peer pressure going on, if there's there's a low self-esteem issue. So all these things we're going to learn a lot in some other videos. And how should you deal with these kind of things, right? That's something that you need to focus on. How should you deal with it? So creating awareness through workshops and classroom discussions to keep everything confidential and assure students that their issue won't be shared without permission. Make sure अगर आप किसी के parent को reach out भी करना चाहते हो तो seek. The workload is going to be way more than you expect. If you think being a school counselor means just sitting in your office and having a deep conversation with the students, then you are on a root shock. What tasks will you actually have to do are going to be enormous. Counseling students, but sometimes only when the school permits. Handling discipline issues, even though that's not your job. Writing reports for every session, and mind you, there are enormous number of sessions that you take in a day. School needs everything to be documented. Taking workshops on a lot of topics: stress management, career choices, bullying, self-esteem, peer pressure, a lot of things. Convincing parents that their child needs help. Some will refuse to believe that their child has any issues as well. Attending staff meetings even when it has nothing to do with your work. And that's like very frustrating. What does that mean for you? Expect long hours of work with little time for breaks. Washroom breaks also. Because see, what happens is that students will come to you during your lunch break, because that is also their lunch break, and that is their time when they will not have to seek permission from anybody. And if you don't have to seek permission, nobody gets to know. So they can just slide in, they can leave their friend and slide into your office. So, and the other part of the day you will also be busy. So you will rarely just sit and counsel students. There will be always be extra responsibilities, some exam duties, invigilation duties, this, that, etc. A lot of things. I think the school counselors will be able to relate to me. Some school counselors don't even get a proper office. So how to deal with this? Be mentally prepared for multitasking and set boundaries that you are not a teacher, you are not a disciplinarian, and you are not an administrative. Negotiate your workload before joining a school. That's a mistake that I did, and I would appreciate that you don't do that mistake. School counselors have low salary and high expectations. So let's talk about the thing that nobody wants to say out loud. The salary of a school counselor in India is not great. Salary reality check is that small private schools, they usually pay around 15 to 25, and good CBSE school will pay you around, somewhat around 35 to it can range to 60, 70 as well. And international schools will pay you somewhat around 60 to 1.5 lakhs. So why are salaries so low? Many schools don't value mental health professionals. They think that school prefers hiring cheaper alternatives. Example, teachers for career guidance, career counseling. Not enough regulation to ensure fair pay. Even if you are taking, even if you are taking higher classes, you will be paid up maybe a PRT scale or a TGT scale. So this is how they regulate things. That's how it has been happening. So that is the reason why the salary is so low. Negotiate smartly. Don't accept low salaries. Build your experience and move on to better paying schools. ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको नहीं मिल रहा तो आप कहीं पे भी काम करो, but take that experience and move on to a better school, better paying opportunity. Consider part-time private practice for extra income as well. Because अगर नहीं होगा तो then you will have to manage financially as well. So after hearing all this, are you still interested in becoming a school counselor? is my question. And if you're looking for a easy, high-paying career, then I would say this is not for you, to be very frank. And if you genuinely want to help students and change the system, it's going to be a challenge, but it is worth it. When you see kids, coming to you, taking sessions, and their improvement is something that will help you a lot. Like that will push you to do more, no matter what others say. None of your business. What actually the kids are saying, because they are the one who are receiving your energy, they are the one who are receiving the amount of effort and energy that you're putting in. Others are going to see and observe you for some time and they will have their own assumptions. But what you do, what your kids tell you, the kind of energy they give you, the feedbacks they give you is something that is really important. So the reality is tough, but the students who truly need help make all the struggle worth it. And that's so much real. Just be prepared for the real challenges and before stepping into the field, boost your confidence. Okay, comment below what do you think about the school counseling in India and would you still prefer it? If yes, all the best. And I hope this video helped you in some way or the other. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you still have more questions related to school counseling, then do let me know. I've also made another video on what are actually the requirements to become a school counselor. So you can go and explore my channel to know that what are exactly the school. And there are other very important videos that I've made videos about. RCI licensing, I've made videos about clinical and counseling, I've made videos about career opportunities, I've made videos about so many other things. So you can go and explore my channel. I would love that. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.